Yes, dear students of 12 Arts A and 12 Science faculty, today we are going to discuss about a new chapter from prose section, and that is mind mapping. Mind mapping is a new concept related with psychology. Mind mapping is a new concept related with psychology, and let me make some highlights very clear about it before you, that what is mind mapping. What is a mind map? What is a mind map? Mind map is a map given about a certain idea or thought. In other words, mind map is a diagram which shows concepts, words, or things related to a central idea or theme. Mind map is a graphical design. Mind map is a graphical design. It has no specific pattern or structure. When we think about a topic, idea, or theme, we often collect certain words and ideas related to the topic in our mind. Mind map is a picture drawn on paper of these words or ideas. Mind mapping is useful in more than one way. Following are some uses. There are 6 uses where mind mapping is useful. Number 1 is to organize a thought in a rough way, to generate ideas and thoughts on a topic or subject, to plan action, to complete a task, to present information in non-verbal form, to take notes, to take notes, to learn and memorize, to learn and memorize. Study the following examples and learn to frame similar mind maps on the different topics. You may take help of your teacher. So, here is the diagram for you on the board, and the board shows you the diagram. Calamities, droughts, hottest climate, floods, scarcity so dear students, here is the diagram that shows you that the people in general have to face the dry situation. The people in general have to face the dry situation, and the reason is that the scanty rainfall, and one cannot give the explanation for it, satisfactory explanation for it, that why such things happen. And now let us have more details, more look on this issue, that is mind mapping. So just a minute, you wait, I will tell you. Here is a basic questions, that schools really kill creativity. Do schools really kill creativity? And that's why the mind mapping is associated with it. So refer to page number 141 of your textbook. Refer to page number 141 of your textbook. I will also explain you the details of mind mapping and give you number of examples related with it. True creativity is based on knowledge, which in turn is based on literacy. Our schools, where children develop the literacy skills on which all further learning depends, are therefore not killing creativity but cultivating it by providing the foundations. Young people need to be properly creative, as evidence of how schools kill creativity. Robinson cite example of a young girl called Gillian Lehman, who at the age of 8 was already viewed as a problem student with a probable learning difficulty due to her inability to sit still and concentrate. When her mother sought a medical explanation for Gillian's constant fidgeting and lack of focus, the doctor suggested they speak privately. As the two adults got up to leave, the doctor turned on the radio. Left alone in a music filled room, young Gillian began to dance, observing her through, through the window. The doctor turned on to her mother. Gillian is not sick, he said. She is a dancer. Today, at the age of 92, Gillian can look back on a long career in ballet, dance, and musical theatre, which saw her become one of the world's most successful choreographers. With this, with hits like Andrew Lloyd Webster's Cats and Phantom of the Opera among her many achievements, yet her school had all but written her off, mistaking her extraordinary talent for some form of behavioral problem or cognitive impairment. Actually, it is not the cognitive impairment or it is not the disorder of brain. It is the part of your liking. It is the part of your inclination. It is the part of your interest. Something we do. Remember one important thing, that something we do because we have to, and something we do because we like to. The things which attract and sustain our attention spontaneously can be called as our interest.
सर आंसर कर मॅडम
बाजूच्या रूम मध्ये आहोत.
विचारायचं आन्सर
हा. Can be called as our interest. Sir Ken Robinson claims schools kill creativity. Education out of creativity. Creativity to be acquired in education itself. True creativity is based on knowledge, which in turn is based on literacy. Our schools where children develop the literacy skills on which all further learning depends, are therefore not killing creativity but cultivating it by providing the foundations young people need to be properly creative. As evidence of how schools kill creativity, Robinson cites the example of a young girl called Gillian Lynn. And we have discussed about this Gillian Lynn, that people, according to the teaching community, according to the people around her, she is not normal, she is not having the potentials to achieve something. But as the time moves on, but as the time proceeds, she proves herself as the dynamic person. Now Gillian Lynn. Let us discuss some highlights about her. You are suggested to pen it down in your register. Of course, you will find it in your textbook too. Gillian Lynn, young girl, 8 years of age, problem student. Gillian Lynn, inability to sit still and concentrate. Medical explanation. Doctor turned on the radio. Gillian alone began to dance. Not stick, but a dancer. Career at the musical theatre in ballet dance, world's most successful choreographer. School ignored her extraordinary talent. School ignored her extraordinary talent. It means school made injustice on her by seeing her potential. To see her potentials, to see her merits. If the school has provided her every opportunity to flourish her spark, maybe she is the mentor for so many students, so many girls like her, those who aspire to make their career in dancing, but unfortunately that did not happen. The same is true for creativity. Creativity is not a single thing, but in fact a whole collection of similar but different processes. Creativity in mathematics is not the same as creativity in visual art. If a student decides to be creative in mathematics by deciding that 2 plus 2 is equal to 3, that is not being creative, it is just silly since the student is no longer doing mathematics. Creativity involves being at the edge of field but still being within it. You just cannot give up your field. You just cannot give up your field. You have to remain loyal with your field, and then only you can give something substantial to the people who are around you. So here is one more diagram, dear students, on page number 114 वरती आणखीन एक डायग्राम आहे, तो आपण घरी पाहावा अशी सूचना आहे. 21st century skills, प्रॉब्लेम सॉल्विंग. पेज नंबर 144 वरचा डायग्राम पाहायचा आहे आपल्याला. याच्यावरती आपण पुन्हा सविस्तर तुमच्याशी बोलू. प्रॉब्लेम सॉल्विंग. नंबर 2, लर्निंग हाऊ टू लर्न. नंबर 3, ट्रान्सफर ऑफ स्किल. नंबर 4, कम्युनिकेशन. Mastering discipline, learning to communication effectively, engaging civically in discussion and argument, these have been and should remain at the forefront of all education. The ancients talked about the importance of understanding what is true and what is not, what is beautiful and what is not worth lingering over, and what is good in terms of being a worthy person, worker or citizen, and these educational goals should be perennial. पेरेनियल म्हणजे चिरंतन टिकणारे. हे एज्युकेशनल गोल जे असतात ते पेरेनियल असतात, चिरंतन टिकणारे असतात. सो दिस इज द thing that I wish to share with you about school, about the brain mapping and I believe that school kills the creativity among the students, but just by just by observing their potentials. A person related with medical field can make perfect conclusion and can give the diagnosis that Gillian Lynn can become a choreographer while the teacher cannot. So this is the thing that we have to take the note of. And once again in our Monday's meeting, I will talk to you about this. And that's all, my dear students, for today. That's all.